Hey guys, Dave with Moneyology here. Hope everyone is having a great day. Today is June 20th, 2019, and this is the Precious Metals Sector Review. For those of you new to this world or just came out of a coma, precious metals are breaking out. From 2011 all the way to 2016, we were in a cyclical bear market in precious metals amidst a secular bull market that started in 2011. So these things are quite common, but it's been exceptionally painful. And in 2016, we started to see the first signs of life, but the last couple of years have been equally as painful. And we're starting right now, finally, after many years, to break out. And I'll show you some names in the space that are really starting to show signs of life. And frankly, you have to be blind not to be able to find opportunities in this sector. But I want to point out some names that are really starting to really look good from the long term. So let's take a look at what's going on here. So we'll start with a couple of ETFs. Here's the GDX, the majors. Just look at momentum. Momentum here is breaking out. We back tested this level, and we're starting to really shine at the biggest moves here. So far this week we're at 5 and just over 1/4%. But the biggest moves will happen once this gets into overbought territory above that 69 and 70 RSI level. Very exciting. Here are the silver juniors. I mean, look at this downtrend since 2016. We're finally peaking above that line. Momentum is broken above the 50 RSI level, and there's going to be some explosive moves. I would not be surprised at all to see $19 in silver hit again this year when I'm talking about in the silver ETF. Here's Gld Versus Sby. This is the ratio chart that tracks gold versus the S&P. And notice we back tested here just a couple of months ago, and we're starting to build momentum towards a breakout of gold versus the S&P. This is a very big sign that precious metals are going to have a multi-year bull market, certainly in absolute terms, and definitely looks like it in relative terms to the overall equity markets. Here are the junior miners relative to gold. Again, since 2016, they haven't been able to break out. We started in 2019. We peaked above this ratio chart. We're starting to do it again. We still have to break this momentum barrier, but as soon as that happens, that's going to be some incredibly explosive gains in the sector. Okay, so some names that I've identified yesterday in a watch list of well over 150 names. These just stood out to me, but by no means, if I didn't pick a stock, does that mean that it's not a name that I think could do well. But again, these have been selected for the video. So we'll start with Alamos Gold. Beautiful chart, bottoming pattern at 3. We broke out here in March. We back tested with a bullish wedge, and then boom, took off. We've had 1, 2, 3, basically 4 weeks to the upside. $6 is going to be a little bit of a resistance zone, but if we can break out above that, and certainly above the 200 EMA at 612, this is going to hit 850 this year. I'm pretty certain about it. All right, so get this out of here. All right, so Goldfields, GFI, another one that had beautiful bottoming action, and we've been covering this for a while. Look at that, since September of 2018, just going up now, and then had a pretty nice correction, bullish flag, and then boom, broke out of that pattern, and now it's really on its way to 620. But again, notice what happened when we broke out above that 70 level of RSI. That's when you had this massive explosive move, and that's what we like to see. West Dome Gold Mines. Here we have one of the best fundamental names in the sector, and it's broken out above $5, and this one looks really good long term, and this could see double digits. You've got PPO firmly broken above 0, and we really like this name. We own this in various different varieties. Impala Platinum. This is another one that above $5 looks very interesting. It's obviously done incredibly well since August of 2018 when we broke out of this downtrend. We back tested it. Now we found support above the 200-week moving average. Above 5, this is going to be incredible. this, mark my words, this is a stock that I could see in the 50s in a renewed bull market in precious metals and platinum. Ivanhoe, another one, a copper gold producer, or explorer rather, and this one has the 50-week moving average now curled above the 200-week moving average, and now it's finally broken out. I could see this at $5 very, very soon, and thereafter this is a multi above $10 with certainty in a renewed market here. Kirkland Lake, obviously this has been an incredible run for anyone who's been involved since 2016. Now we're taking that next leg higher. This is going to be one of the major producers in the world if it doesn't get bought out. This is going to see over $100 a share, in my humble opinion, in a renewed bull market. Grand Columbia. This one here, look at this beautiful rounded bottom over the last couple of years. It's getting set for a major breakout above that 470 level, and this is going to make a run towards that 200 moving average at above $10. So very, very nice looking chart. Alistair Goldcorp, another one that broke out to all-time highs above 410. This one's not going to be looking back, and watch what happens when it breaks out above on a weekly close above 70. SMF.TO, another one that's looked incredibly great. Once it broke out above the $4 level, it's got 2 layers of support, 3 layers. You've got $4, you've got the 200 and the 50-week moving averages as support, and this is going to make a run towards that 750 area in the not too distant future. Newmont Goldcorp, one of the major players, look at that. It's breaking out above that 37 level, and it's going to make a run towards 43. I mean, I think that this is going to see over $100 a share at some point in the next couple of years. Crest Mining, another major player, broke out above that 20 area. It's been consolidating since 2016 from 14 to 20. Once we broke out 20, boom, that's where you saw the big move. Broke above that 70 barrier in RSI. It's not going to be looking back. Nighthawk Gold, another one that's done incredibly well ever since it broke out above that 47-cent consolidation range from 30 to 47, broke above the 200-week moving average. This looks like it's on its way to 115. It's above the 70 area, and it's got a lot of clear skies ahead. Pretium Resources, PVG, looks really nice here after it broke out of this downtrend, and looks like it's well on its way to about that 13 level, and really has an interesting fundamental story behind it, and it's got some bright days ahead of it. Probe Metals, this is a little company. I've got a number of these in my watch list, and I just selected a couple here to show what's going on. A lot of these super junior speculative explorers, they've been consolidating here for a while. Look at the run it had from 2015, from a low of 12 cents to a high of 218. It's been consolidating these gains, and now it's starting to make a move higher. Look at momentum right now. Momentum today is as high as it was when we were at 137, 149. This is going to see above $2 in the next couple of years, and if it doesn't get bought out. Royal Gold, another major player, broke out above 92.50, and it's not looking back. This is going to see, I could see it hitting above $200 in the next couple of years. Sandstrom Gold, they've been buying optionality plays on a lot of these royalty plays rather on a lot of these miners during this bear market, and these guys are going to be so well positioned to do incredibly well in a renewed bull market. This is starting to break out above that $586 range. This will see double digits. Look at PPO, it's curling. It hasn't done as well as a lot of these other producers, but it's going to do incredibly well in a sustained bull market. Seabridge Gold, this one, it's kind of a noisy chart, but it's got the 50 now firmly above the 200, serving as support. This is going to make a run towards that $16 area very soon. Once that breaks out, watch how quickly it's going to run to 20 and beyond. Ssr Mining, another one that's been it's been a little bit noisy, but this one's well on its way to 16, and that once that barrier is broken to the upside, you've got PPO curling higher. This is a mine that you definitely want to consider owning. Silvercrest Mines, a beautiful beautiful chart here. I mean, this has been one of the strongest names since 2016, whereas many names have been consolidating and correcting. This has just been steadily going up in an uptrend, and now it's setting up for a break above $4. I haven't run the fundamentals on this one, but it looks like it's going to do incredibly well once it breaks above that $4 level very soon. Silvercorp Metals, SVM, another one, noisy consolidation, but looks to be headed towards a $3 area. Once that breaks, $4 is in its future. Trevally Resources. So this one, unlike many of these names that are breaking out, this one has been really smacked down over the last many years, and certainly over the last couple of months, and now it's finding some support. You've got some very nice positive divergence where you've got lower price in price, but you've got a higher level in momentum. That's what you want to see. We back tested that 30 level of RSI, and now we're starting to move up. I could see this hit $50 cents rather very soon. Once it breaks 50, I think it's well on its way back towards that $2 range. TriStar Gold, another one that's did really well in 2016. It's fallen back, and now it needs to backtest that 50 RSI level, and if it can hold this support level right around that 50-week moving average, this is going to see much higher prices in the future. Velocity Minerals, this is one that we own, and it's done incredibly well. I did trim some of my position. I just saw that there was some divergence on daily and hourly chart, but this is an incredible long-term holding. I mean, look at this. This is Velocity is tied to Atlantic Gold that was just bought out. I don't recall the name off the top of my head, but I believe by an Australian producer. And this one looks like it's going to be on its way to 50 cents and much higher if it's not bought out sooner. Vista Gold, an optionality play. I've been of the opinion that optionality plays will be the best performing in the space over the next couple of months and years, and this is definitely one of those where they just own a bunch of mines that are a lot more profitable above 1400. So once that barrier is broken, these things can rise exponentially, as we saw in 2016. So I see a move towards 209 is definitely in the cards in the future. Here's Garibaldi Resources, a great fundamental explorer. It looks like it's setting up for a break above that 120 area very soon. Gold Source Mines is another one that has had a really nice run from a low of 3.5 cents to a high of 23 cents consolidated here, and now it's starting to move back up higher. I think this sees 25 cents very soon, and we'll be back around that 50 to 60 cent range at some point this year. Hecla Mining. So this is another one that has been struggling for the last couple of years, but as I pointed out a couple of weeks ago, this is a nice area of support, and once we bounced off of that, I said we would hit that 175 area. It's been a really nice trade, but beyond that, I think this is a really good long-term investment if this can break above this downtrend, and certainly it's recaptured that area, and I think it's got a lot higher to go. And it could see $7 even at some point this year, because it's a highly leveraged play to silver mining. Here's Kootenai Silver, another junior speculative explorer. This has been in a downtrend since 2016. It's consolidated here. It broke out. Now it's back tested via bullish flag. Look at PPO curling towards zero. You're right under that 50 RSI level. If that breaks out, this can have a very, very nice run. If it moves to 60 cents, you can calculate the upside there. But incredible blue sky straight ahead. Labrador Gold is another one of these small names that just are very interesting to me. It's been in a downtrend consolidation, bullish wedge pattern. We broke higher here, and now it's just consolidating. This, like Velocity, looks like it wants to move much higher in the not too distant future. Gold mining, one that we've owned for a while here. It's been struggling, but now it's finally starting to move higher. Again, another one of those optionality plays that above 1400 is very, very interesting. If this breaks that $1 mark, this can really make a nice move like it did in 2016. They own a lot more assets today than they did here in 2016. So I could see this moving to $3 to $5 in the not too distant future. Equinox Gold, another great producer or explorer here, backed by some great investors, breaking out here above that 140 level. That's going to be really explosive price gains in my opinion in this name. Look at, we're now above that crucial 70 level, and that's where, as I mentioned a couple times, that's where some of the highest gains happen. And look, you've got the 200-week moving average straight ahead, so break through that and you've got a lot of blue sky ahead. Barrick Gold, another major producer. It serves, like Newmont and some of these others that I've pointed out, it serves as a barometer of what's taking place in the PM space. And this is done really well as soon as it broke out of this downtrend. This is from a long-term perspective, this is a bullish flag. We broke out higher. Momentum is leading the charge, and so this is gonna see $20, $23, $24. And again, in a renewed bull market, this could see $100 plus. Falco Pacific, another one of these smaller names, double bottom here. It's building a base of positive divergence. Look, momentum is moving up even as we saw lower prices. You've got PPO curling above zero, and I think this, once it breaks above that 27-28 cent zone, this can move much higher. Look at momentum here. Right now it looks like it really wants to move. Detour Gold, another great name with a good fundamental story behind it. You got a rounded bottom here, and it's just every time it's hit that 15 level, it seemed to have bounced or fallen back, but not this time. Broke above it, coincides with the 200-week moving average around 1450. This is going to make a move towards that 36 level, and so that's a double, possibly triple from here in the next year or two. First Majestic, another one that's been in a very noisy kind of downtrend consolidation. This is one that you saw what happened in 2016, went from $2.40 all the way to a high of $19.15. This is the type of explosive move that can happen here again. It's closing in on the 200-week moving average. I think we can see 14 to 19 in the next 12 months. Kootenai Silver Mines has been hammered, but look at this today, or this week. It's up 16%, and if it breaks above that $3 level, look at this positive divergence where you had low in price, but momentum did not follow suit. And I think we're going to move much higher in Kootenai. We're going to see double-digit prices at some point in the next 12 to 24 months. Freeport, McMoran, another one that's been just consolidating very nicely, but it's been very frustrating to investors. You bought here thinking it's going to break out, and then it just took us down, created a bullish wedge, broke out, then broke below it. And here we go again with PPO moving above towards that break above zero. I think this is setting up for a very nice run at a minimum towards 20, and I think thereafter it's going to do incredibly well. Finally, last chart for this particular watch list is Gld Mining. This one has had, look at this double bottom in price, but momentum is much higher. That's positive divergence. You're firmly above that 50 level. Now you're above the 50-week moving average, and PPO is curled above zero here, as you notice right there. So I think the next target is 240. Beyond that, 350, and I think we'll see $5 a share. Not too much thereafter, guys. Kind of rushed this video, but I wanted to give you a sense of what's taking place in the PM space. Very excited about the prospects in the next 12 to 24 months. For those of you new to our videos, wanted to share with you Moneyology.com. It's a investment coaching, financial fitness education platform that we're working on, and I would love for you to join us. And we're opening. It's going to be a publicly available website that's going to have a lot of free services, but it's also going to have a premium videos, much like this one, but with a lot more depth coming. And we're opening up the premium subscription to the first 100 subscribers. We've got We've got 50 people that have already reserved their spot, so if you're interested, please send us a note at dave@moneyology.com, and we'd love to see you on board. Either way, we appreciate your support, and if you can subscribe on Twitter, StockTwits, YouTube, that's great. If you can share and reshare to continue letting people know about the work that we do, that'll be great. Ultimately, these videos are for you. I want to make better quality content, and with your support, we'll be able to do that. And all the best here to you, and good luck trading.